Hello, everyone, students of the Vegan Coach Certification course. I am super excited to be here today with the wonderful Jeannette Donofrio, who is known as Ms.FitVegan. And I'm really excited for her presentation. I wanted to go to some of her presentations at the Woodstock Fruit Festival, which was just a couple weeks ago. And also I wanted to go to her wonderful watermelon workout, which everybody was raving about. And we just had talks and food demos and exercise. She had her exercise classes at the same time as me. So this was one workshop I wanted to go to, and I figured, well, let me invite Jeannette to come here. So this way I get to hear this. And I'm going to definitely work it out so that next time I get to one of your watermelon workouts, because that definitely has to happen.
Yeah, we're going to tell them we're not doing the festival unless I'm allowed to go to Karen's and Karen's allowed to go to mine. Because
Exactly.
yeah, I also was upset. I didn't get to one of your talks and I was upset. I really wanted to. So
yeah, we were all always booked at the same time. Just give me a second here.
Thank you guys for being here. And of course, some of these things will probably be reminders, but like it's a good idea for us to be reminded of some things sometimes. You know, I don't think we need to learn as much as we need to be reminded oftentimes. Okay, I am the host now. And if anybody has any questions or would like me to expand on any topic, please let me know. Okay, I'm sharing my screen and now let me present full screen. Okay, and there we go. Okay. The keys to making a phenomenal living pursuing your passion. First off, let's start. So Karen, you'll give me a thumbs up. You see the screen that says, do you know your life's purpose, right?
I see it very clearly, Jeannette.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Thank you very much, Karen. So that is the question. Do you know your life's purpose? Put it in the chat, a yes or no. Do you know your life's purpose? That's very important, right? Because, well, if we don't know what we want to do, how can we possibly do it? So, do you know your life's purpose? Yes? No. Maybe? You can put maybe too. So for the people that are watching the replay, okay, and then we have a maybe. Okay, that's good. So for the people that are unsure, let's ask a few questions. All right. So I want everyone to close their eyes. Just a few minutes. Everyone close your eyes, uncross your arms, uncross your legs, uncross your ankles. We don't want to block any channels of energy. Take a deep breath in, put your palms on your lap facing up. Take a deep breath in, hold it at the top, and slowly release through your mouth. Breathe out through your mouth very slowly, like you're blowing out a candle. Let's do that 2 more times. Take a deep breath in and breathe out slowly through your mouth. And just one more deep breath. We're just anchoring ourselves into the moment. The third and the deepest breath you've taken all day today. With your eyes closed, I want you to breathe out slowly through your mouth. And I want you to ask yourself, what do I love to do? With your eyes closed, I want you to think about this for a second. What makes me feel alive and in flow? When do I lose track of time? What do I do that makes me lose track of time? What would I do for free on a Sunday morning? What would I get up and do for free? The last question I'm going to ask you is, what makes you feel fulfilled? What is extremely fulfilling to you and makes you feel like, wow, I'm doing something important on purpose and I love it. And it also makes me feel like I'm here for a reason. Okay, you can slowly open your eyes. And if you want to share, I would love if you could share in the chat or not, you don't have to, but if you can write in the chat, what was that thing? What was that thing you thought of? And it can be anything, all right? Anything at all, because the truth is that there are people making millions of dollars doing some very extraordinary things, but there are also people making millions of dollars doing some very ordinary things. Okay. There are authors that are millionaires out there. There are people on YouTube that are millionaires. There are gardeners and herbalists that are millionaires. Absolutely. I think of Dr. Morse as the first one. I think I feel like he's very into the herbs, gardening. Yeah, there are so many successful people on YouTube that teach others how to garden. Um, I don't even know what that word is, so you're gonna have to explain that to me later, Eddie. I don't know what that word is. Um, Taking care of animals. Oh, yes. Oh, very nice. Yes. So there are successful people taking care of animals and all types of other things. So let's play a game now. And of course, Karen's, of course, stepping into her greatness, talking about health coaching and strategies with her students. And you know that it's for you. You know it's the key to your millions and to your success and your happiness. Okay. When not only does it make you feel like you're living on purpose when you do it, but the time goes so fast. Like 1 hour of doing this will feel like 5 minutes. That's the key. That's the key. If it's tedious, if you hate it, but you're good at it, if you hate it, but you make a lot of money doing it, that's not what you were born to do. You were born to do things that feel like, where did the time go? All right. So we're going to play a game that's called what is this weirdo obsessed with? Because we need to figure out one thing. So if you are like a lot of us on earth and we're not sure what we want to do yet, okay? Every single one of these people that I'm about to show you, they were called weird before they were called successful. Every single one of them. Okay. But remember, you have to be odd to be number one. I really like that quote. Okay. So if you want to be number one in your field, you have to be weird. You have to be a little odd. What is this guy obsessed with? We know it's computers. Okay. What was this guy obsessed with? He was obsessed with music, right? What was this guy obsessed with? Obviously, basketball. How about him? Martin Scorsese. Obsessed with film. Tina Turner. She was obsessed with performing. Obsessed. And in a 2 hour concert, she said, felt like 2 minutes. Les Brown, if you don't know him, he's a motivational speaker that is obsessed with speaking. He loved speaking. No one ever became successful unless they were completely obsessed with one thing. Yes, we have a lot of gifts and talents and passions, but I want you to think about one thing that you absolutely love doing that you could give more time to and you could become more obsessed with it. Because if you're not obsessed, you're going to be average, and you can't be extremely successful if you're living in on average street, okay? You're going to have to become obsessed with that thing, all right? What could you give your undivided attention to and feel good about doing that? What could you dedicate your life to doing and not regret it? Because it's not just about you, it's about you helping others. The money will chase you when you start chasing your healthy obsession. A lot of my clients, a lot of people in this world are obsessed with unhealthy things. Processed foods, alcohol, cigarettes, gambling, or social media, or they're obsessed with Netflix series, or they're obsessed with losing weight, gaining weight, being mean to themselves, criticizing. I have a lot of clients that were obsessed with criticizing themselves. We want to start tapping into that healthy obsession. Everyone has it. We have something that we love to do that's good for us to do that contributes to our health and our happiness and our well being. In other words, chase your passion and the money will chase you. Okay. By the way, like I said, you know, it's a healthy obsession when it brings you joy. It helps you serve others, and you're really, really, really excited about the possibility of getting better at it. Yeah, painting. There you go, right there. You're an artist, Deborah. You are an artist. You were born to paint. And the crazy thing is, guys, is that nobody's going to come along and tell you what you were born to do. Like I have a friend who's like waiting to find herself, but like we don't ever find ourselves. We create it. We decide, we create ourselves. Like nobody told me, okay, Jeannette, you were born to be an author. No, I just decided I'm going to be an author because you know what? I see all these other people writing their books and these people are not like more talented than me or smarter than me. The books aren't even good. So like, why can't I write a book? Why not? If somebody can do it, I can do it too. All right. So now I just want you to really understand that your best chance of success is going for what you love because you can fail at doing something you hate as well. And that is Jim Carrey. His father said that to him. You might as well, you might as well go for something you love because you can also fail at that, but you can also fail at something that you hated. His father worked a job for like 30 years and he was fired and they didn't give him a retirement plan and he hated this job. He wasted his whole life. He should have been a musician or whatever he wanted. You know, I think he was supposed to be a musician, if I remember right. So, Steve Harvey says the most successful people in this world recognize that taking chances to get what they want is much more productive than sitting around being too scared to take a shot. Remember, pressure is a privilege. So, along your journey, guys, you are going to be conflicted. You're going to have deadlines. You're going to be stressed out. Along the journey of being that painter, being that health coach, along the journey of doing what you love, you're going to have stress. Okay? There is still going to be pressure and stress and things that you don't want to do sometimes. Even if you love doing it, every day you don't want to do it. But always remember that pressure is a privilege. Okay? There are homeless people, they don't have a lot of pressure. Unsuccessful people, they don't have a lot of pressure. Yeah, they have a lot of stress, but they don't have a lot of pressure to get things done. Remember, it's a privilege to have pressure in your life and deadlines and people waiting on you and clients counting on you. Okay? Now, being of service, okay? In your quest to be successful and feel fulfilled and be happy and make money doing what you love, we want to focus on being of service because it will dramatically increase your income. Value brings income. Okay. And by the way, if you're not giving, you're not really living. So here are just some ways that you can start being of service for free. For free. This costs nothing, just so you guys know. Okay. Giving away something you don't need, praying for someone, reaching out to someone. These are all acts of service. Okay. Creating content for the sole purpose of helping others, not to sell anything. Okay. Understand that people hate to be sold, but they love to buy. Please understand that. If you are a content creator or you want to be a content creator, or even if you're a gardener, you probably should get into content creating. Even if you're a painter, you should get into content creating because, of course, there's a lot of business to be done online, right? This is how you're going to reach a big audience. All right. You can just reach so many people in person, but online you can reach millions of billions of people. Creating content for the sole purpose of helping people will help you sell way more than creating content to sell something. I'm not joking. Okay. I'm friends with a lot of these influencers. Okay. And some of them have very big followings and the truth is that they ask me for advice. I have a very small following, but I seem to make more money than some of these content creators that have a lot of followers. Why? One reason is because followers don't matter. It doesn't matter how many followers you have, it matters how many supporters you have. Okay, there's a big difference there. Okay, because there you can have a very big channel with millions of followers, people that are just watching you. They're not supporting you. Followers don't matter. It's the amount of supporters you have. If you have 10 supporters that are paying you $1,000 a month, that's $10,000 a month. And that's what I have. That's what I do. Okay. If you have 1 million subscribers, but not one of them is signing up for your coaching services, what are you making a month? $0. Followers don't always translate into money. It's supporters that you need. And so I would highly recommend every content creator out there focuses on creating content for the sole purpose of helping others. Because when you help others, others want to support you. And yeah, okay, call to actions. I'm sure Karen has taught you guys. They're important, of course, right? You do want a call to action because how are people supposed to know you have a book or you have a course or you're a coach? But definitely, I would highly recommend you focus on the value, and that will be a side note that you're a coach. That will be a side note that you have a course coming up or a book. Okay. Next, be kind for no reason. Guys, the quickest way to receive a miracle is to become one for someone else. This is the truth. So if you want to increase your income, start finding ways that you can support others. Oh, you want your friends and family to support you. Are you supporting them? Maybe you don't have money to support them. Okay, can you support them with promoting them online? That's free. Reposting them, advertising for them, word of mouth, telling people about them, supporting them by giving them words of affirmation, saying, I'm so proud of you. That's supporting people. You know, everybody wants their friends and family to support them. But are we supporting our friends and family? Are you supporting strangers? Because you want strangers to sign up for your courses, right? And buy your books. Are you supporting strangers? Are you promoting them? That's how you get other people to promote you. It's called a give and take. It's you get what you give in this world, in this universe. Okay? Now, let's move on. Before we start talking about specific strategies to make money doing what you love, I want you to first stop making it all about you. When you think your life purpose is all about you, that is when you get nervous. That is when you get very stressed. When you think it's all about you, and I know Karen knows it's not all about her because I see the way she does her talks, I see the way she gives online. She knows that it's not really about her. It's about the people she can help. So that's why I love Karen, and that's why I came to this community because I really respect what she does and I feel her heart, and I know she's doing this from her heart. And that's what you need to really get better at projecting online. Okay, that it's not about you. Because when you think it's about you, you feel very self-conscious, you feel embarrassed, you feel like unsure if you're doing the right thing. You feel, just like a newbie and like silly talking to the camera. It's very silly, this whole thing that we do. But when you make your life and your purpose about serving, you not only feel more confident, but you get strength from the source to do the things that you couldn't otherwise do, like make YouTube videos, like start your podcast or start your book, like speak in front of other people. Okay. It's not about you. So for years and years and years behind the camera, I had a big whiteboard and it said, it's not about you. And every time before I filmed, I read that and I was like, oh, yeah, right. It's not about the way I look. It's not about what I say. It's not about what credentials I have or don't have. It's about one person that I could possibly inspire to stop eating dead animal body parts and eat fruit instead. That is who it's about. It's not about me. For those of us struggling with worrying about what other people think, okay, I just want you to understand that it doesn't matter what people say about you because you're not doing it just for you anymore. Starting today, you're doing it for the people you can help. You're not doing it just to look good or sound smart or impress anyone. You're not doing it because you have to like make everybody like you because that's not going to happen. You're going to do it because you have a calling to do it. You have a calling to do it. You know that because the creator placed that joy and that talent and that gift in your heart for a reason. The creator said, here's what I want you to do here. That's why you love to paint. That's why you love to garden, because you're supposed to be doing that. And you're doing it because you have a calling to do it and to help others do it as well. And when you're following that calling, who cares if you look stupid? Who cares if you look unprepared or there's something in your teeth? There's always going to be something in your teeth. You're eating a high raw vegan diet. They're always going to have some type of herb or something in your teeth, okay? Did you potentially help someone though? Then it was worth it. 100% worth it. Okay? Your treasure, this is from the Bible. Your treasure map lies in where your heart is. That's from the Bible. And then I kind of like changed it to your treasure map lies in the struggling people around you. So remember, it says where your heart is, that's where your treasure will be. Yeah. So that's your key to success. And every single day, there are people around you that need your help. Your treasure map lies in the struggling people around you. Every day, people will be placed in your path who need your help, whether they're physically in your path or online. I want you to see this as a gift of opportunity, a way that you can do your life's work helping other people. Okay. Every single day, somebody, whether in the DMs or on your email or in person, is going to need something from you. Maybe it's a smile, or maybe they're going to ask your advice on how to pick out fruit, or maybe they just need you to hold the door for them. Okay. And on your way to success, on your way to making money doing what you love, your first job in life is to find a way to stay positive and grateful and enthusiastic, even when you're not making money. Because, of course, I don't know if you guys realize this, but you have to learn how to work for free first in order to make money without having to work. Okay. So, working for free, doing that thing you love, doing that for free is major, major key before you make money doing it. Okay. So, staying positive and enthusiastic while you're working for free, that's key. That is key. Okay. Yeah, it's hard. If you can stay positive though and consistent and excited, even when you don't see results right away, when you have one follower online, then and only then will your efforts pay off and you'll build the life of your dreams. It's just like losing weight. It's just like getting healthier. In the beginning, you're not going to see any results. And it's your job the only people that see results are the people that stay positive and consistent and excited even when they don't see any results. If you can find a way to do that, stay grateful, enthusiastic, and positive, then you will see the results. If you can't, if you give up, if you get negative, if you start complaining, then you'll end up like everyone else, wondering where the hell all the time went and why they never went after their dreams. Life is very short, ladies and gentlemen. It's shorter than you think, and we have no idea when our time is up. Do it now. That thing that you saw, that you felt in your heart when your eyes were closed, that thing that you thought of first, that's the thing. You have to start now. Yes, before you're ready, before you have the equipment, before you know what you're doing, you have to start. The way I started was I just watched a video on YouTube in 2017. I watched a video on how to create an ebook. It was a 5-minute video. I watched it. Okay, I got like 2 minutes into the video and I was like, okay, I can do this. I went to Canva and I started writing. And now, 7 years later, finally, I have 2 books on Amazon and I'm publishing 8 more this year. Finally. But I had to start. I had to start way before I was ready. Discipline weighs ounces, guys. Regret weighs tons. If you don't do that thing that you love that's in your heart, I promise you what's going to happen is you're going to get to the end of your life and you're going to regret it. You're going to regret it because there's a reason that you want to do that. That's your fucking destiny. Sorry, Karen. I promised myself I wasn't going to curse. But well, you're from New Jersey, so I guess it's okay.
Perfectly fine, Jeannette.
Thank you. But they need to know that this is real life. It's in your fucking heart for a reason. It's not just like a whim. The universe is whispering to you, telling you, it's telling you, please go for this. You're going to regret it. Regret weighs tons. The discipline to do things weighs ounces. Now, our second job is to make ourselves proud. It doesn't matter if you do a big thing today or a small thing, but every day do something to move yourself forward towards the goal that you have of making this your income, the goal that you have of doing what you love for a living. What can you do today? That's a question I want everyone to write down. What can I do today to move the needle forward one day closer to doing what I love for a living? What can I do today? Okay. So now, hold on. I want to get to my part about, oh yeah, making money doing what you love. All right. So to make a lot of money doing what you love, first, you must learn how to work without getting paid so that you can get paid without having to work. Ooh, yeah. That's the goal, right? The quickest way to success is to do it for free. If you want to be an author, my recommendation is you write a book and you give it away for free. If you want to be an artist, oh, we have an artist here. I recommend you offer to do art for free. I know this sounds counterintuitive, but every single successful person that I've ever met in real life that I know is successful has done it this way. All right? Please understand. Wanted to, okay, so for the first 35 years of my life, I worked for other people. Okay. Well, not 35 years, but I was working since I was 14. So from 14 to 35, I had a regular job. I worked for other people. I was, cashier. I sold tape at a telemarketing place, like random jobs. Okay. I worked in the music industry, and then I worked in the food and beverage industry. I worked at raw food places in New York for 10 years. And you know what? In 2020, I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. And the main reason why is because my boss at this raw food place, my boss said, okay, Jeannette, I want you to not say the word vegan anymore. I want you to say plant-based because we're actually transitioning away from being a vegan establishment. We're going to be plant-based. And I was like, well, the only reason I work here is because it's a vegan establishment. Like, this is not okay with me. And he's like, well, sorry, it's not your company, so it's not your decision. So I couldn't say the word vegan anymore when I was training the employees, and that really bothered me. And I was just done. I was done working for other people, and I want you to know that you're never going to be happy if you continue working for other people. Unless you're doing your purpose, you're never going to be happy. So I quit my job, and I didn't have an income, and I didn't know what to do. And I got some great advice. And the person told me, this book that you're working on, Jeannette, release it and give it away for free. Okay. And that's what I did. And so it took a few months after that, and I started getting clients from that. And so you can get the book. It's still available, 100freerecipes.com. It's my recipe book, which I worked on forever. It took me, I don't even know how long, over a year. And then I gave it away for free. And at the time, I was like, this is so stupid. I need money. Why am I giving it away for free? But see, value, okay, money chases value. And the more things you give away for free, especially in the beginning, the more that you will inspire people to know, like, and trust you. You see, people only do business with those that they know, like, and trust. You see, the reason you're here is because you know, you like, and you trust Karen, right? Like that's why I'm here. I feel like even before I met her, I feel like I know her, I can trust her, and I like her. So how do you get people to know, like, and trust you? Well, to get them to know you, you need to stay consistent with whatever you want to do. Okay. So if you're a gardener, you want to stay consistent with putting out videos on gardening or tips and tricks on gardening. Okay. If you want people to like you need to be yourself. People can tell when you're not yourself. You see, Karen, she's very authentic. She's herself. She's not fake. She's not faking it. I think people like me because also I'm not faking it. I'm just myself. I'm just putting myself out there. I'm not living a double life. You can tell when people are fake. And people don't buy things from fake people. They might have a lot of followers because by the way, you can buy followers. You guys know that, right? But the people that get like have clients and can make a living doing what they love, they're themselves. And then finally, to get people to trust you, never lie or try to get over on your clients or your audience. Never lie or try to get over on them. They will find out and they will not trust you anymore. You will lose all your credibility. Never lie. Okay. So let me stop sharing my screen. I have a few more things that I want to say, but oh, well, actually, yeah, no, at the end, I have a free gift for you guys. But hi, Sybil. Oh my God, I didn't see Sybil here. Sybil's here. Now I'm nervous. Okay, because I know, like, and trust Sybil, so I want to do a good job. Okay, so there's a few more things I wanted to say. Okay, there's 4 steps to making money doing what you love. But I want everyone to write this down: delusional, persistent, and grateful. I have found that these 3 things, being delusional, persistent, and grateful, are the keys to me being able to do what I love for a living. It is delusional. It is delusional for me to think, it was delusional for me to think that I could be a professional raw vegan for a living. But here I am now, a professional raw vegan for a living. What? That's crazy. I literally teach people how to pick out fruit. I go to fruit festivals. I get paid to make YouTube videos. I get paid to teach people how to go raw. That's crazy. That's delusional. I didn't think that was possible. You have to be a little delusional, persistent. Like we talked about, in your journey to working for yourself, making a lot of money doing what you love, you're going to have to be persistent, which means you're going to get doors slammed in your face and it's going to look like nothing's happening. Nothing's working. You're not making money. You're not getting clients. You're not getting followers. You're not getting likes. And that's part of the process. Struggle means it's working. Struggle means you're making progress. It's just like losing weight. It's just like getting fit. If you've ever changed your body, you struggle and you don't see results. You go to the gym, nothing happens. You go to the gym, nothing happens. You go to the gym, nothing happens. One day you wake up and you have a totally different body. And that's the same thing with being an entrepreneur and starting your own business and working for yourself. One day you're going to wake up and you're going to be doing it only if you're persistent and grateful. I want everyone to consider starting tomorrow morning to write down 10 things you're grateful for every single morning. 10 things you're grateful for, because here's the thing, you will become successful if you follow Karen's advice and these, you know, all the things that you know are going to do work for you. If you stay consistent, if you just don't give up, you're going to become successful, but you might still not be happy. The key to happiness is being grateful. So every morning we write down 10 things we're grateful for, and trust me, it's going to make a big difference in your day, in your week, in your month, in your life. 10 things you're grateful for. There are millionaires that commit suicide, that are miserable, and there are people living in third world countries that are so happy. Why? Gratitude. Okay. So now, let me say the first step we did, you closed your eyes and you thought of something. Okay, that thing. What was that thing? If you were late, we closed our eyes and we thought of, what's the thing that I love to do? What's the thing that makes time seem like it doesn't exist? What's the thing that makes me feel fulfilled? Okay, that's step one. Step two, what do you feel is the biggest problem in this world? So everyone that's here in the chat, could you write down, and it doesn't matter, just the first thing that came to mind, what do you feel is the biggest problem in this world today in 2024? What is, in your opinion, the point of this exercise is it's your opinion. There's so many problems in the world, but what's in your opinion, the number one problem in this world? You don't have to think about it. Trust me. You just like your intuition is stronger than your ego, stronger than your mind. Yeah. Division, hatred. Yeah. People are brought up to not respect other beings. Yeah. So everyone that's watching the replay, I want you to think about that and write it down. What do you feel is the biggest problem in this world? The first thing that comes to mind, write that down. Low level of consciousness, yeah. Scarcity, absolutely. All major problems in this world. But you see how we all have different answers? I think the biggest problem in this world is that we're eating dead animal body parts. That's the biggest problem, in my opinion. Now, step three, we're going to merge the two. What do you love to do? What is the biggest problem in this world? How can you do something about it with the thing you love to do? Think about that for a second. Put those two things, if you're watching the replay, put them on a piece of paper. The thing you love to do. You can even write a bunch of things you love to do. I'm sure you have many passions, right? I have many passions. Things you love to do. And then the biggest problem in this world. What can you do? So, for example, if you love to talk to people, if you love to teach, if you love to, be in front of an audience, okay? And you also think the biggest problem in this world is that people are eating dead animal body parts, what you can do is you can start a podcast. You can talk and teach about being a vegan. Okay, that's what I did. If you love to talk, but you want to write a book, okay, and you think the biggest problem is that people are eating dead animal body parts, you can talk your book into the phone. No joke. We have technology. And then you can pay somebody to transcribe it into a book. That's what I did. I don't like to write. So I just recorded my voice on my podcast. I paid someone to transcribe that into a book, and now I have a book. You see, you don't have to sit down and write. There are millions of ways to do things. Louise Hay did a study. There was a study once done that Louise Hay talked about, and she said there has been proven 250 ways to wash dishes. There's not just one way to write a book, and there's not just one way that you're going to make millions of dollars. Okay. Now, Karen, my passion is to present about the vegan message to respect all creatures who share this planet. Yes, yes, yes. So, how are you going to merge those two? Okay. For example, if you love to work with a team, and you think the biggest problem, is maybe the environment and what's going on with the environment, maybe you want to start a company where you have a team of people that help to clean up the beach or to clean up the parks nearby. You trust me. And first of all, you're going to first do it for free. And you're going to reach out to people on Facebook and meetup.com and start a meetup group. And then it can become a company. Okay. And then you can become a millionaire cleaning up the parks and the beaches. No joke. I know somebody who did this. Okay. And so finally, that's step 3. Okay. Finally, what I talked about was, what can you give away for free? Give away value for free. Do not try to sell anything. If you're currently not making a full-time living doing what you love, I would highly recommend you focus on giving things away. So, I don't want to contradict anything Karen said, but this is just what worked for me, which is I didn't charge anyone to coach them for years. Years. If you're starting out, it's very helpful for you to get experience. You're not only going to get experience, you're going to get confidence. Okay. You're going to now have the tools to get paid in the future for doing that thing that you did for free. And if you mess up, no big deal. It's free. Nobody cares. Okay. Like nobody's going to be upset with you. And this is going to grow your self esteem, your business, your confidence, word of mouth. And trust me, you're going to get paying clients. The more you give away for free, the more you get paid. All entrepreneurs know that. Okay. Of course, some of us need to keep our job. I would recommend you keep your job. I started Ms.FitVegan in 2017. From 2017 to 2019, I worked on my social media and my books and my courses, and I was coaching people for free for 2 years. Okay. In 2020, that's when I quit my job, and I didn't have an income, but I just had enough. Okay. I had enough working for other people, and that's when I gave away my book for free. And since then, I've been able to make a living not having a job, thank God. But it has not been easy. Entrepreneurship is a ship that goes up and down. Sometimes you're going to be drowning, and sometimes you're going to be like the Peter Pan ship in the sky going to the moon. Okay. It's going to be up and down. If you're not willing to do this roller coaster, you aren't deserving of working for yourself. That's the price you pay of working for yourself. If you want to just live life like this in no man's land, okay, that's fine. The entrepreneurship is not for you. Okay. You have to be willing to take risks. And yes, you have to be willing to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. That job you hate, you work really hard on that, right? It's time for you to start working harder on yourself than you do on that job. The very last thing I'm going to say, and then if anybody has any questions, I would love it. Anything about anything at all. My true talent is picking out fruit. So if anybody has any fruit questions, that's like the only thing I really know how to do. But the last thing I wanted to say, guys, all right, is when you're trying to figure out what you want to do, another thing that helped me a lot was this quote. Okay. And the quote is, whatever you have suffered the most is where you now have the opportunity to contribute the most. Wherever you have suffered the most is where you now have the opportunity to contribute the most. And I was thinking about it because there are many areas in life that we have suffered, you know, whether that's you were overweight or you had, a food addiction, or you had really low self-esteem, or you know, like there's so many things that happen in our lives that we can use to help others with and contribute to the world doing what we love. You see, it's about meshing the things you've been through, the things you love to do, and the most important problems that you want to help contribute to solve in this world. So that is my speech. I strongly feel, I have to say, Karen, I've tried to make you proud, but I have to say, at Woodstock, I think it was a little better. Let me tell you why. Because I did it from my heart. I didn't have a PowerPoint. I don't know what I said, but I heard good feedback. And that's another lesson for all of us here, okay? When you're speaking from your heart, when you don't exactly have a plan, when you have to do it on the fly, but you are truly passionate about it, that's when it's going to be so authentic and it's going to resonate with people the most. The most, okay? So I know that's very scary to go into a situation where you're in front of all these people and you don't know what you're going to say, but that's why you take steps to do what you love. Because when you're doing what you love and it comes from your heart, you don't really need to be that prepared. You really don't. Because if I ask you to do a speech right now on something you love and you're obsessed with and you know everything about, you're going to be able to do it. And that's what we want to do. We want to be able to do something we love for a living that we really don't need to prepare for. Like Karen, I could ask Karen to do a talk right now on being raw, and she'll go into it. She'll fucking go into that shit. She don't need to prepare for it because it's her life. What are you living right now that you don't need to prepare for if you had to do a speech on it? That's the thing. That's the thing that the creator created you to do. And that's it. That's what I got, Karen.
Jeanette, that was really beautiful. I love that. I mean,
You're really
I did love
beautiful.
your PowerPoint too, because it just
Thank
gives
you.
a lot of things to think about. And when people watch the replay, they can read those things. So I
Thank
did
you,
really
Karen.
like that, but I love you speaking authentically as well.
Yeah, at Woodstock, let me tell you, I didn't have my laptop, and the person that I was borrowing the laptop from, she was in the sweat lodge for like 3 hours, and I couldn't reach her. So I had to do my talk without the PowerPoint, and I was freaking out. But like at the end of the day, that was the best talk I did. And I was freaking out for nothing. And it gave me a great lesson. I'm never making PowerPoints again, like besides this, for you. But if it's not for you, I'm not making them again because at Woodstock, I don't need to. I'm living it. And guys, that's what we need to do with our lives. We need to share what our truth is. And that's going to be the ticket. People really feel the authenticity. And then the people that are not making money, even though they're so talented and beautiful and they have all this money behind the marketing, but they're not making money because people can feel that it's not real. It's fake or they're trying to con us. Remember, people love to buy, but they hate to be sold. And you can tell when you're being sold. You don't like it. You feel like, no, no, thank you. Like those infomercials. You're like, no, there's something scammy here. So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, wonderful. And I just want to start, I'm sure we have some questions here, but I just want to start, like, I really was laughing when you said the thing about like that we get food stuck in our teeth.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm positive I have food in my teeth right now, even though I flossed, because I just finished eating a big salad. It's just, come on. And so many videos, Karen, where I actually had stuff in my teeth and I kept them up because I hate wasting my time. I hate wasting my time. And even though I had stuff in my teeth, I was like, you know what? I'd rather have stuff in my teeth and not waste my time than delete the video and do it again. And guys, this whole like fear of like people judging you or like, things having to be perfect, it's holding you back and it's ruining your life. It's ruining your potential. Our job is to use our potential. That's our job, to take our potential and use it. And when you're trying to be perfect, you're actually sabotaging your whole entire life because you're never going to be perfect. If there's something in your teeth, okay, if there's nothing in your teeth, there's going to be something else. There's going to be something else somewhere. There's going to be something in your hair. There's going to be some, dill in your hair or something. There's going to be something somewhere, a smudge on the camera or whatever, or you're going to say something and you don't look good, or there's a pause or whatever. Okay, nobody cares. The things you think other people are thinking are the things you're thinking. They're not thinking it. They don't have time to think about you. They're in their own little world, just like you're in your own little world. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, everyone, for being here, being so nice and
Yeah.
kind.
I also wanted to say that I talk a lot about people getting beta clients. So, getting free clients, getting people who you don't charge and starting out with that, because you're most likely to get your best testimonial when you're just giving. And I know, like you, I did that for a couple of years, just did free coaching. And
So
then,
you call it beta, like test clients.
yes,
Oh, that's good. That's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, let me tell you guys something. So I started, okay, I gave that book away for free. From giving that book away for free, I attracted my first paying client in 2020 or early 2021. That client turned out to be my editor. She's my editor now, and she's the person I paid to transcribe my book. And without her, there's so many things that I would not have done. Like, you see, if I would have never given that book away for free, I would have never attracted her because, of course, you give your book away for free or your course or whatever it is. And then, of course, you get in exchange, I'm sure Karen taught you, you get their email, right? There's nothing wrong with getting an email in exchange for a free book, right? So I got her email. She's on my mailing list. I emailed out something, do you want to work with me? As a coach, and she signed up, and now she's a good friend of mine. She's my editor. She helped me transcribe the book. And yeah, I'm going to do a lot more things with her. We've done a lot together. So I just want you to know you can also meet people that will be maybe your business partner or your manager or your best friend or your next whatever. So it's amazing. I don't really see clients as clients. I see them as my friends. I just work with my friends all day. I make friends on the internet, and like Sybil is my friend, like, so I feel like it's a dream. It's a true dream come true. But there's a lot of things that I don't want to do too. Right? Right, Karen? Are there things in your dream
Oh,
life that you don't want to do?
definitely are. So many of them, so many of
Yeah.
them. But once you get used to having a business and getting out there and speaking, there's so many good parts. There's so many great
Oh yeah.
parts, like what you say about all the people that you connect with.
Oh yeah.
It's just,
Like the watermelon workouts. I don't want to do those. I don't want to do those. I teach workouts 4 days a week on Zoom. Most days I show up and I'm like, hey guys, I don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. Let's fucking do it. And then we just do it. We just do it because you don't always have to want to do things that you need to do to reach your goal. I have a goal of being very, very fit by the time I'm 40. I'm going to be 40 next year. So I want to be the most fit I've ever been. I know I can't wait until a week before I turn 40. I know I gotta start, I gotta really push myself now, a year before I turn 40. Because that's how it works. You don't just like see results tomorrow. You see them in 6 months, in a year. So yeah, I do it anyway, a lot, a lot. Thank you so much, Dr. T.
a lot of nice comments here, Jeannette. Any questions? Here's your opportunity to ask Jeannette some questions. Anything at all?
um,
I,
yeah, I
I
mean,
also want to say, Jeannette, I love the thing about the gratitude. I always say, like, wake up in the morning and say 5 lines of gratitude. Hey, let's double it and say 10. Oh,
yeah, any questions except about the Woodstock Fruit Festival? Don't ask me when is the next Woodstock Fruit Festival, because I swear that's going to be a question. If nobody can think of any questions, they're going to think of that one. Don't ask me that, because here's the thing. I don't know. I don't know yet. We're still wrapping up the last one. So people are asking me this every day, Karen. So
oh
before
my
you
God.
ask, it's a no. It's a no. I don't know. Sybil, I said no. I don't know when the next festival is. Okay. Hi, Sybil. Boo.
Hi. I was actually going to ask you, and you may have answered this already because I was late. So I was late because I was a guest on a podcast. So that was what I did to move the needle today. I was a guest on
Okay.
a
Hey,
Okay.
podcast.
great.
um, speaking of moving the needle, what do you think was one of the biggest things that, besides giving away things, giving away like books and things for free? I'm thinking more like social media that moved the needle for you. Like, what would you say? Like, what, did it for you? Like,
Yeah,
move the
great
needle?
question. Yeah, that's a great question. Okay, looking back, and nobody's asked me that, but that's such a good question. Okay, looking back, two main things. One, I started doing interviews. And when I started doing interviews, what happened is that those people's followers started following me. And that really helped. That really, really helped me on my journey to getting attention on the internet, because there's so many people on the internet. It's all about, the attention you get. And so, yeah, definitely doing interviews and collaborating with people. So I filmed a What Did I Eat in a Day with, what's her name? This awesome raw vegan, Blooming Raw. So I just did a What I Eat in a Day with her, and she has a very big following, and I'm waiting for her to edit it. I'm really excited because that's going to give me some new followers. Okay. She has like 100,000 or more on YouTube, and I have very little. I can't, I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. I'm very consistent, but you know what? My day is coming. My day is coming, Sybil. So you just wait. You just wait. But okay, that's number one, interviews. All right. And the second thing is, and this was big for me. I collaborated with someone. So he had the same amount of followers as me. It wasn't that he had more followers, but what happened is I did a show with someone. It was a weekly show. We did it for a long time, like maybe 9 months or something. And what that did was it gave me structure. It gave me a day and time that I had to show up. I had to stay consistent because I collaborated and I didn't want to let him down. And I knew he was going to show up. And what it did was it just got me to stay consistent, and it gave me a lot of confidence, because when I'm working with other people, I am much more confident than when I'm by myself. And that led to me doing my course. I wanted to do this course for years, the food addiction freedom course that I do. I wanted to do this for years, but I never had the balls to do it. And then it hit me that, oh yeah, I'm not confident. I don't have the confidence that I need to do what I need to do. But then I said, no, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it without confidence. I'm going to feel like like silly. And I did it. And now I'm like, yeah, I can do a course. Yeah, people will pay me a high ticket, a high amount. I just felt so crazy for charging. Like I started charging, it was 750 to join the course when we started doing it, me and the guy. 750. Now I charge 2,000 for the same course. And now I'm like, wait, I should make it higher because it's so much value. It's 6 full weeks. It's like one-on-one. Anytime you want, you can call me, text me, you get my phone number. We're doing workouts. We're doing so much together. And I'm like, yeah, this is valuable. But in the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, is it okay to charge 750? I don't think anyone's going to sign up. And then 20 people signed up. So yeah, those are the two things, Sybil. Such a great question. And everyone, do interviews. Whatever your field is, it doesn't matter. And then collaborate with somebody. Start a show. Start a podcast or a show with someone where you have to show up. And that will help you not only with your followers, but to stay consistent and to get experience and to get out there, and people will start to know, like, and trust you. It was a live show too. Going live was so terrifying. It was terrifying for me because I didn't do it all the time. And then once I did the show and I started going live every single Sunday, after like 6 months, I was like, oh, who cares? Like going live is
a
nothing.
live show on YouTube?
This was, yeah, it's not anymore. But we did it last year. It was live on Instagram, and then we changed it over to YouTube. Yeah. There's been so many things. Another thing is these bundles. The bundles helped me a lot a few years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago. Getting in those bundles, which is not hard to do. I'll tell you guys how to do it. But basically, it exposed me to so many more people's followers. And so, listen, you email Chef AJ, she has bundles. You email Lissa, Raw Food Romance, she's in charge of some of the bundles. Chris Kendall.
Chris
Yeah.
Kendall.
Karen has like Karen can help you. I can help you. Many people have asked me, how do you get in the bundle? And I'll just forward your email. So email me if you want to be in a bundle, and I will highly recommend you. If you're like, Sybil, if I know you, like, I gotta know you, send me your book. Let me look at it. If it's a book that's like not good, I don't want to recommend it. But like anything Sybil does, I'll recommend because I know her, I like her, and I trust her. I'm listening to her podcast all the time. I'm feeling like, wow, she's providing a lot of value. So I know if she writes a book or makes an ebook or something, I know it's going to be valuable. I bought her book, actually. I have it. She has a book on yoga on Amazon, and it's so cute. It's such a cute kid's book. And I'm like, yeah, I would recommend her to the bundle. So yeah, that's it. It's just like giving away value and collaborating, getting in these bundles, and just staying consistent, guys, until you make it. Okay, here's another quote, guys. If it doesn't work, keep working. Oh yeah. So if nothing's working, keep working. That's the motto. That's the motto I had to say over and over and over for years. Understand that I started this in 2017 and it took 17, 18, 19, technically 4 years. Technically. Obviously, with the tips and tricks that Karen gives you, it's probably going to take you less time. But for me, I didn't have any Karens in my life. I didn't have any tips and tricks. 4 years of hard work every day. Every day I posted, every day. All right. So you got to stay consistent. And yeah, that's the secret.
Yeah, consistency is really key. I think a lot of people get frustrated if they're not getting out there and like getting clients right away. But if they stay consistent, they start to see a change and it starts to grow. That's, I mean,
With
for years
everything.
I pushed, and I was just out there helping people, answering questions, doing talks, and all the things that you say. Podcast interviews are very important. I can't tell you how many clients I have gotten through podcast interviews, but that all came later. It had to build. One thing builds on the next.
Yeah. And isn't that everything in life, guys? Anything you want, you're going to have to learn how to stay consistent with it. Everything. Like you want to get fit, you want to be raw, you want to have a clean, organized house. Well, you gotta be consistent. And the only way to have a consistent income is to be consistent. That's it. Okay. So, I mean, yeah, it's the hardest thing in the world, but it's also the most rewarding thing. Okay. So let's all vow to start being a little more consistent with, what is it? What is your goal? Is it content? Is it getting to the gym? Is it eating more raw foods? What do you need to start? One thing you need to start being consistent in today that you know you should, but you haven't been. And by the way, everybody here is consistent. Raise your hand if you don't brush your teeth every day? Raise your, because some of these raw vegans, Karen, I don't know. Raise your hand if you don't brush your teeth every day. Oh, so everybody here is consistent in something. Okay, just checking. So you know how to be consistent. You just might be consistent in the wrong things. For example, you might be consistent in scrolling, doom scrolling. You might be consistent in watching Netflix all night. You might be consistent in eating way too much, way too late. That was my issue for many, many, many years. And I could easily fall back into that. It's just such an old habit that I did for like 30 plus years, just eating really late at night. And it doesn't serve me, even if it's grapes, even if it's fruit, it doesn't serve me. So I've learned little tiny tricks, guys. Okay, I brush my teeth, I do my coconut oil pulling, I clean up the kitchen, and I do something else. And I keep myself busy. I go for a walk, or I work on my book, or I do something else besides in the kitchen, seeing what else I can eat, making ice cream, seeing what else I can come up with. Okay. So yeah. Okay, Dr. T. And Karen, you cut me off whenever I don't know how long you go. You
Okay.
cut me off.
Yeah, we have like
Yeah.
another 10 minutes.
Okay, because this is my passion, so I'll do it forever. Like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can go for like 8, 10 hours, you know? Okay,
Yeah.
can you explain the difference between consistent and discipline? Yeah, that's a great question. Okay, so they're similar, very similar, right? I mean, you need discipline to stay consistent. So consistency requires the same thing as discipline. Okay. Consistency requires you to do something every day, no matter how you feel, no matter how busy you are. Okay. And discipline is required to do that. So now how do we start to increase our amount of discipline? That's like been my focus for many, many years. I'm so disciplined in my food, right? I've been raw since 2011. Why can't I be disciplined in my organization skills or my fitness? Why is it so easy for me to be disciplined in one area and not the other? Um, and I've been trying to work on that. And the truth is that it's just because I didn't prioritize. I didn't make it a must, a non-negotiable. I made raw foods a non-negotiable. I said in 2011, okay, listen, I'm going to eat whatever I want as long as it's a fruit, a vegetable, a nut, or a seed. I didn't make fitness a non-negotiable. I didn't make it a must. Okay. And so, yeah, consistency, discipline, they're interchangeable. They're very important to each other. Discipline is very important to start having the life of your dreams. Okay. Without discipline, you're not going to be very happy. You're not going to be able to work for yourself. You're not going to be raw. You're not going to be fit. Discipline is everything. And how do you increase it? You start working on your mental toughness. Okay, guys. I got very disciplined with fitness once I started to realize I'm never going to want to do it ever. Like ever. Like ever. Ever. So, and then you like say, okay, what are some things that I don't mind doing? Like, what are some things you don't mind doing? Bike riding or swimming or tennis or, okay, so you write a list of the things you don't mind doing. Like, you don't love them, but you don't mind. Okay, once in a while when you're in the mood, you'll run or you'll walk. And then this is the secret now. You get other people involved. You get other fucking people involved. You see my community that Sybil's a part of too. The secret is that she doesn't even know this. The people that work out with me don't even know that I'm doing it for me. Like they're just like this, like they're my friends, but like I'm not doing it for them. I need to get fit. And the only way I'm going to stay consistent is to have other people involved. So I said, all right, I'm going to work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday at noon. I'm going to charge people. Okay. People pay $44 a month to join my community. We work out 4 days a week. We meet on Monday nights for Q&A, and I have to show up. And now in the beginning, like some days people wouldn't show up and I was so happy. Oh my God. I was so fucking happy. Like nobody showed up. And I was like, oh my God, I don't have to work out today. But now, guys, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, people show up and I have to work out. And you know what? I'm getting fitter and I'm feeling better and I'm sleeping better. I'm having more confidence. My skin is better. My digestion is better. Everything's better because I'm starting to be consistent in my exercise. But I know me and I know I won't do it on my own. So I had to involve other people. So maybe you need an accountability partner. Maybe you need to start your own community and grow it so that you stay consistent. Maybe you need to, like I said, partner with somebody and start a show. Involve other people. Maybe you need to get a trainer. Maybe you need to get a coach. You need somebody else involved. And that's going to really help you to stay consistent. Okay. Trick your brain into thinking like we have to do this. Yes, Sybil.
Yeah, I was just going to say one of the things I did last summer, went through Jeannette's course, and it was an amazing course. But one of the most powerful things that I got out of it is I got an accountability partner, which we still meet with. And it's not just like the eating part, it's other parts of our lives where we literally hold each other accountable. And we have this thing where it's like, okay, I'm going to do this by the end of the month or I owe you $100.
Yep.
And we'll do it. It's like, because I want you to, to know I'm serious. And so we check in like, okay, how's that meditation practice? Hi, did you write that email or whatever? It's more than just that, but I'm going to agree that one of the things that helped me anyway was to involve somebody else. And it has to be the right fit, I feel, because sometimes you can kind of flake out on each other. But like if it's just one person, but if it's the right fit, you really will hold each other accountable. And it's just nice when you think in your mind, well, if I don't it's fine. I'll do it later. But then you'll just keep doing it and then nothing will ever get done. So that's all I wanted to say.
So true, Sybil. So true. And you're right. It has to be the right fit. Now, you might go through like 4 or 5 accountability partners in your life before you find the one. Because if they're not serious, it's not going to help you. They've got to be serious too. And honestly, I've had a lot of accountability partners in my life since 2017. 2017 is when I started getting serious about my entrepreneurship and my own goals. I never knew before then that I could have goals. I just worked for a living. Like I did what my boss needed me to do. I didn't like work on myself. I didn't know that I could actually, work for myself. I didn't come from an entrepreneur background and my family. I never met an entrepreneur before. So basically, I have to tell you guys every single thing that I've ever done, everything, courses and like what else have I done? Like all the ebooks and stuff. Like I have like 8 ebooks and stuff. Oh, merchandise. I have my own like, hoodies and all this merchandise. Everything is because of my accountability partner. Every week we meet, okay? And I say I'm going to do something. I'm going to work on 10 pages of my book. And I have to show them. I have to show them proof that I did it, or else I usually put money as a wager, or I like to put like I don't get to go on Instagram for 7 days, and to me that is just like torture. If I couldn't go on Instagram, I'm sorry, but like I love it. I love sharing. I love, you know, connecting with other people in the community. If I couldn't do that for 7 days, that would be terrible. So I do what I'm supposed to do before I meet my accountability partner every week. So I got to say, it's the life hack of all times. It's the biggest life hack to involve other people. So that's why I love that Karen has this community. Connect with somebody in this community and have them be your accountability partner, and maybe ask Karen for, help with that or whatever it is, because that's your secret out of the laziness, of the non-consistency, of this lack of discipline. But remember, you have discipline. You have discipline. You're just not using it in that area that you want. So now you will. And when you involve someone else, it's going to be a lot easier.
Also, I want to just say that it's really nice when some of the people who come to this course, that they collaborate. I know I've collaborated with some of my students, and it's wonderful when people collaborate, doing women's health retreats,
Oh, yeah.
all kinds of things.
Oh yeah,
So
true story. Karen, I'm doing a retreat in May. It's called the Raw Beauty Retreat. Okay, Sybil will be there. And guess what? I'm doing the retreat with somebody who was a member of my course
cool.
3 or 4 years ago, like of this other thing that I did. Like, I'm doing a retreat with her. Like, we became friends because really, like, all my friends come from my community. Those are my people, my like-minded people that I'm searching for to connect with all over the world. And I'm doing a retreat with her. I think 4 years ago we met. So, I mean, yeah, the possibilities are endless, guys. And it's just a blessing to have the technology we have. Yeah, social media can be used for evil, but it can also be used to change the world, which I'm assuming every single person wants to do for the better. That's here.
Great. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Thank you.
So you've already told us about some things that you have, your books. How can people connect with you, find out more about you?
Yes, thank you, Karen, for the opportunity. So I'm going to put my main website in the chat, 100freerecipes.com. I would love if anybody wants to download that book for free. It's a raw vegan recipe book. I hope I spelled it right. It's 100 free recipes, no dehydrator, no salt, no oil, 5 ingredients or less. It's super simple stuff. And there's also a lot on different like benefits of the raw food diet, how I eat, mono meals, things like that. So that's at 100freerecipes.com. That's the book I was telling you guys about that I worked on for a really long time. I gave it away, and that's led me. So you can download it and see, maybe get inspiration on what you want to give away for free. And you'll see this book is like a really nice book. I worked really hard on this. It's very long. It's like 120 pages. It's a lot of recipes, and people can't believe that it's free. But then that's the trick, guys. And I'm not trying to trick people, but that's the secret. You give away something so valuable that people are like, "Oh, wow. If she's giving this away for free, what what kind of value am I going to get if I pay for a book of hers?" Okay. And you have to, make sure that your stuff is always valuable. Always provide more value than you get paid for. All right. So you can find me at Ms.FitVegan all over the internet. It's ms.fitvegan. That's my Instagram. I would love if we can connect on Instagram. Follow me. I'll follow back. I live on there. YouTube as well, Facebook. I have a private community. If you'd like to check that out, you can. MsFitMondays.com. All the links are in my Instagram bio, so you can check that out. And I just want to say thanks to Karen for just being so authentic and kind, and just for sharing information that is so, so, so valuable. Like, it's not easy to find someone who's been raw for almost 30 years. And I really appreciate that you put yourself out there, Karen, because I can always refer to you, when people say, well, Jeannette, you've only been raw for, 13 years. But I say, oh, but Karen Ranzi, what about her? She's not dying of a protein deficiency. She's not dying of a B12 deficiency. Go check out Karen. And she's raised her kids this way. And she, and she's gone through menopause with no symptoms, and I always love to refer to you because I do get a lot of questions on things that I'm not qualified to answer, which is like raising kids and menopause. I haven't had kids, and I haven't gone through menopause. So thank you for putting yourself out there, for being an example of what is possible when you are following a healthy diet. So thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Jeannette. And I'm so happy to know somebody like you who's got the same passions that I do,
Yes.
the same mission. And we're both helping to spread this plant-powered vegan message and
Yes.
bringing
And
all of these wonderful people who are here today on board with us.
yes. And one
You know,
day
some
we'll
of
do.
them have different goals. Some of them have different goals. We're all, I think, in the same mindset.
Yeah, I don't know who I'm talking to here. Sorry if I offended anyone, but it's the truth. Whatever I said is the truth. So sorry if I offended you. But one day, Karen, we'll do something together. I feel strongly. One day, whether it's a
Yes,
retreat or something,
definitely.
we gonna do something together. So everybody
Definitely.
watch out for that.
Sounds great. Okay,
Thank
and
you
so
so much.
take a look in the chat. Jeannette has her free book there, and you can connect with her on social media through Ms.FitVegan. Great. Thank you again, Jeannette, and thank you everybody who is here today. Great group of people you are. I look forward to seeing those of you who are current students of mine, and so happy to see some of you, Debbie and Florina and Dr. T, who were past students. So thank you for coming. And
Thank you.
everybody have a wonderful weekend. Bye.
Bye, guys.